Are you struggling to come up with a character for your story? Are you running dry on inspiration? Are your characters cringe? Well, thankfully, I've been learning for about a year, and hopefully this will help you get started. But first, what is a character? Well, a person. Or at least they should feel like a person, and a real one at that. There are many jobs they fulfill in your story. They cause problems, they deliver world building, they contribute to the story's themes and lessons. They're basically the backbone of the story, and thus, you can't have a story without characters. So I'm gonna walk you through some steps that'll help make your characters more engaging than buying milk at the grocery store. Number 1. For those of you who know 0% of storytelling, one of the most important things to a character is their flaws, like being selfish or cowardly, having anger issues or being stupid. Having unpleasant behavior gives the characters and the audience opportunities to learn and improve, or should I say, internal conflict. That makes you care about the characters, because you want to see them become better people, and if you don't care about them, you're probably not going to care about anything that's going on. So in short, your characters need problems. Number 2. So I already mentioned that your characters need flaws to keep people invested, but it's also great when they have positive attributes to themselves. Not that they exactly redeem any bad things the characters might have done, but it's still something to consider. We don't want characters who are completely pathetic and only cause problems, so even if we're supposed to dislike them, it still helps to give them stuff they're good at, traits that allow them to fix problems on top of causing them, traits that allow them to cause problems for their own benefit. And on top of that, if unlikable characters have good qualities, people are gonna wish they belonged to more deserving characters. Number 3. What are your characters' values? What is most important to them? What do they support or oppose the most? Is a fat guy willing to lose weight, or is he against that idea? Is he more willing to do things for himself or others? Do his values affect his relationships? Understanding what your character's values are can help you determine how they make choices and view others, figure out what's important to them, as well as what they do or don't approve of. Number 4. What are your character's beliefs? What do they think about themselves, or others, or the world? Establishing this helps to further set in stone how your characters think and reason. It helps us understand their behavior and choices. And when characters have their own beliefs, we believe more that they're thinking for themselves, aka they feel more like real people. Number 5. What are your characters' goals? What do they want? These goals can be small scale, and they can also be more long-term goals. And much like flaws, goals make up why we stick around for a story to the end. We can't just have stuff happen, there needs to be a task to fulfill. For some people, nothing feels better than accomplishing a goal, and if we care about a character, we want to see them succeed or fail. And if your characters have really big goals to achieve, it helps to give them smaller ones to accomplish so we get attached to them more easily. Number 6. This is probably the most important of all. Motivations. Why do your characters want to achieve their goals? Why do they think the way they do? Why do they think what they think? Yeah, even if there's a clear destination for the characters to reach within the internal and external conflict, we're not gonna care unless there's a solid, understandable motivation behind it. And it's not just goals either. Values and beliefs typically have motivations as well. Most choices really need a solid motivation. If the fat guy I mentioned earlier is looking to lose weight and doesn't like a specific weight loss strategy, why doesn't he like it? Is it something that disrupts a schedule he has going? Is it something that he has taken a solemn oath against? I'm not sure what moral dilemma would possibly arise from that situation, but hopefully you know what I mean, right? Everything should have a reason behind it. Number 7.
Student watches.
One puffy boy. Unsubscribe. No, not really, but you should. Look at all this advice I've given you, and there's plenty more where that came from. First of all, if you can't come up with anything, steal. Look at a character you're already familiar with and build off of pieces of them, not the whole person. Nothing you write is going to be completely original, so instead of trying to do something entirely unique, embrace aspects of your favorite characters that already exist. Next up, make your characters feel like themselves and not like you lecturing people. Do not ever write like Mr. Bircham. This is what normal people call preaching. Also, try coming up with plots and setups specific to the characters. Don't just use them as stand-ins for filling roles. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, hope this helps, and Joe Stinks, bad cop, sneezes like Howard Dean.
He's orange, he has a lot of friends. We live together on a fruit stand. They have adventures all across the land and even play in a rock and roll band. He's orange, annoying orange. He's orange, annoying orange. He's orange.